This is Some California Secondary Sources of Law and Their Indexes. I am Bill Ketchum, Reference and Faculty Services Librarian at University of La Verne College of Law in Ontario, California. Subject indexes to large sets of books don't just give you page numbers. They give you different combinations of words and numbers that tell you the volume, chapter, section, and/or page. Remember this: look for the first thing first, and then look within that for the next thing. This rule, with slight variations, will help you go where the index is trying to lead you. We will go into the California section of the Law Library and look at California Jurisprudence, a legal encyclopedia, Wittkins, which is like an encyclopedia but not arranged alphabetically, and California Forms of Pleading and Practice, a 55-volume loose-leaf set whose chapters typically contain commentary followed by forms. There are excellent treatises and practice guides on California law topics from the Rudder Group and CEB, Continuing Education of the Bar, but we will not look at their indexes today. Let's take as a topic vexatious litigation and go to the legal encyclopedia CalJur right after looking at Black's Law Dictionary and a regular dictionary. In CalJur's index, we find vexation and oppression, which may be related to our topic. So we follow its lead, Actions, Section 54. Remember, look for the first thing first, then look for the second thing within it. Here, we'll look at Actions, and within that we'll look for Section 54. Notice we were not given a volume number, but the word Actions is on a spine label as a chapter name. Notice that with the volumes of CalJur that contain more than one chapter, you'll have to make sure you're in the right part of the book before looking for the section number. Notice the update for the volume in a pocket part at the back. There we find out whether the section in the main volume has been updated or not. In this case, it was. To look up the same topic in Wittkins, we go to its general index, which covers all 4 Wittkins sets: Summary, Procedure, Evidence, and Criminal Law. We find an entry for vexatious litigants definition, which sends us to 3, Procedure, Actions, Section 366. We see that Wittkins has a volume 3 in more than one of these sets. So we go to Procedure and find volume 3 there. Within that we find Actions, and within that Section 366. We remember to check the pocket part of the volume, and there, under Actions, Section 366, we find information newer than the main volume. Turning to California Forms of Pleading and Practice, we look at or near the end of the set for the index. We find a main entry for vexatious litigants that has several sub-entries. Notice the decimal format of the numbers, and that most of them begin with 573. Looking for the first thing first, we locate a range of chapter numbers on a spine that shows our chapter will be in that volume. It is. Notice the section numbers in the chapter begin with the chapter number and a decimal point. Notice the forms at the end of the chapter, so you can write court documents on vexatious litigation without starting from scratch. Come back often to the Law Library, where you can discover patterns like this that will improve your research skills. Remember, look for the first thing first.